What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's head to the house. All right, man. Tracy McGrady. Man, I almost couldn't wait to make this one, because before I go in on McGrady, man, because what he was saying was ridiculous. And I'll get to that. But Tracy McGrady, early 2000s, was one of my favorite players to watch, man. Serious business. T-Mac, watching him, especially after he had to go for his, once Grant Hill went down. I mean, he was killing it. Serious business. He was taking people to the hole, shooting the jumper, posting up, doing all kind of stuff. When he first started, he was a little bit more of an assist man, but as he went on, he went to a stone cold score. So recently, it was a couple of guys on the panel. I forgot who the other ones were, but Stephen A. Smith was on the panel. So Tracy McGrady says if he was paired up with Shaq, he would have had the same amount of titles that Kobe had. Man, these guys, it's a shame that Kobe's passed away, because a lot of these guys was jock riding him when he was alive. Trace McGrady was one of them. Now, Trace McGrady, you might have one with Shaq. I'm pretty sure, you would have been a great asset to Shaq. But the thing that separated Kobe from you was that he was too lazy, dog. McGrady was too lazy. He didn't want to put the work in. It was plenty of stories. They used to call him like naps or something, because he always was napping. Like practice, shoot around. He would be napping. He would be sleeping. And he didn't want to work that hard. He wanted to do stuff off the natural gifts he had, which is cool, whatever. But I don't think McGrady, because it was almost like the same team. The team that Kobe had in 2009, 10, 2008, 9, 10, would have been able to take that team to the finals? I don't think so. He was struggling with the team that he had, and he had a few players. It was on him. And this is the same guy that got overconfident when they was playing Detroit and got shut down, and then lost 4-3. Man, and I like McGrady, man. Like, but as let's be honest, man. His career outside of that flurry of points that he had in Houston was kind of like a disappointment. And they had their best record when he was hurt, sitting on the bench. That was the only year he went to the playoffs, outside of the last year when he had, and I'll get to that. But this is a shame, man. All this revisionist history, all this, where I would have, I could have. Man, I wish I could have, like, I could say that stuff. But you have what you have in the present, and your past is what you did. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But Trace McGrady wasn't mentally tough like Kobe either. It's the same guy that ran off in a huff in the playoff series they lost in Houston, but it was in Utah, and they were asking him about what happened and all this other stuff. He sat there silent, crying, and threw his hands on the table and all this other stuff. Kobe wouldn't have did that, man. Kobe had to sit in front of a media scrum after he got caught up after Colorado. He didn't cry. He was holding a stiff upper lip. So I mean, like, excuse me. but yeah, McGrady, like, it's nice that you feel like you was on the same level, Kobe. Actually, when they first kicked it off in 2000, from 2000 about 2003, Kobe and McGrady was about the same. I was thinking it was McGrady, to be honest. I said McGrady was better than Kobe, because I was like, he'll give the ball up, this, that, and the other. And I changed my mind after that third championship that Shaq and him won against New Jersey. Man, Kobe was on a whole nother level, man. I don't think he would have been, I don't think he was known. I'm talking about McGrady. I don't think he was known as like a super clutch player. I could be wrong. I don't remember any of that. I remember he was a very great offensive talent. But as far as like being clutch, I don't know. And Kobe, if you go back, Kobe was leading the Lakers, especially in 2000. He was leading the Lakers in fourth quarter points, playoff points, I mean. And Kobe was the one, when they was in Indiana, he was the one that held it down when Shaq went out. I don't know if McGrady would have been able to do that, because he basically had the same thing. Like, that Orlando team was all on him. And he was, sometimes he wilted. I remember a playoff series against Milwaukee. He was too busy talking trash to Glenn Big Dog Robinson. They lost that. They lost against that Charlotte team. They had Baron Davis on it. Baron Davis hit that shot at the end of the buzzer that they didn't count. But he was in some series, but he just never could get over the hump. And sometimes it's like that. But to sit up and say you could have won the same way Kobe did, that's not true. And some people trying to, put a pad around there trying to say your feelings. Look, if he wouldn't have made that concession at San Antonio, I don't think he would have been in the Hall of Fame. What am I talking about? When San Antonio went to the finals, on their way to the finals, they picked him up because I think Steven Jackson got hurt, something like that. They picked him up and they put him in garbage time. You could tell how embarrassed he was. If he would have made a big stink out of that, I don't think he would have went to the Hall of Fame. These dudes have to do a favor for a favor, so to speak. That's a rough way to say what I'm trying to say. They have to do a favor for a favor, like these guys going on these talk shows when they retire, that's borderline Hall of Fame, and like the media is like trying to give them another chance, because a lot of times these guys, when they playing, they don't treat the media good or have a friendly relationship with the media. So a lot of that is just trying to keep up a relationship where they be like, okay, we'll get you in there, Holmes. It's that type of stuff. If he would have made a big stink in San Antonio, getting in garbage time, best believe he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame now. And they put him in the Hall of Fame just as a favor, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Kind of felt sorry for him because his career went down after that knee. So that's pretty much all I got to say on that, man. Like, I get to LeBron, his ridiculous comments in a little bit. Grandpa out.